Now, this is an interesting little piece of ground out here. Tony Beets, the man who turned the wild Klondike into a treasure trove, has just made a decision that's left his family heartbroken. Known as the king of the Klondike, Tony spent decades building his empire, but now everything is about to change with just one step he is about to take. Are you ready for the truth? Stay with us. If you're a fan of Gold Rush or simply drawn to stories of grit, fortune, and complex family bonds, we'll explore Tony's unbelievable wealth, the shocking choice that threatens to tear his family apart, and the emotional legacy he's leaving behind. The king of the Klondike's jaw-dropping fortune, Tony Beets, is a name that resonates across the Yukon. Known as the king of the Klondike and Viking of the Yukon, Beets is a prominent figure in the gold mining industry. Beets isn't just any ordinary gold miner. His reputation stretches far beyond just digging for gold. It's about building an empire, making fearless decisions, and creating a legacy that spans decades. His estimated net worth is approximately $15 million, primarily derived from his extensive mining operations and his prominent role on the Discovery Channel's Gold Rush. But what happens when a man like Beets, who's turned dirt into gold and transformed his life from modest beginnings to unimaginable wealth, makes a shocking decision? What if the empire he's worked so hard to build his fortune, his legacy is left not to his family but to someone else entirely? The whispers have been circulating for months, but now it's all out in the open. Tony Beets has given away all his money to his longtime mistress. It's a move that has stunned his family, fans, and even his closest allies. How could the man who built an empire from the ground up make such a shocking choice? Why would Tony, who has fought tooth and nail to carve out a legacy, turn his back on everything he's created? And what does this mean for the Beets family? Will they be left to pick up the pieces of a shattered empire? Or is there something more to this decision than meets the eye? To understand this shocking twist, we must first explore Tony's extraordinary journey. Born in the Netherlands, Tony grew up dreaming of a life beyond the ordinary. At just 18, he left everything behind and immigrated to Canada in search of riches. His dream was simple, yet audacious: to strike it rich. Leaving behind everything he knew, Tony didn't just look for opportunities, he created them. His early days weren't filled with gold, though. He worked odd jobs, from milking cows to laboring in construction, trying to make ends meet. But as he settled into the harsh environment of the Yukon, Tony's dreams of becoming a gold miner began to take shape. In the mid-1980s, Tony bought his first claim, Paradise Hill, and that was the beginning of his mining empire. Tony didn't just stop at finding gold. He fixed large mining machines, old mining machines, and changed how gold was mined in the Klondike. His clever ideas and hard work helped him become one of the richest men in the area. Over time, Tony made millions from gold claims and became a well-known figure to the world. Tony was a family man, married to Minnie for over 40 years. Their partnership was the foundation of his success. But beneath the surface, rumors swirled of a long-time affair with a woman whose identity remained shrouded in mystery. Insiders claimed she wasn't just a fleeting relationship, but a significant presence in Tony's life, even influencing key business decisions. The drama escalated when reports emerged that Tony had signed over a substantial portion of his wealth, some say nearly all of it, to this mysterious woman. Assets, cash, and investments were reportedly transferred, blindsiding many in the Beets family. Heated family meetings and legal threats followed as the Beets clan grappled with this seismic shift in their inheritance. Speculation abounds. Was it guilt over a decades-long affair, strategic move to shield assets from legal issues, or perhaps a deep emotional connection with the mistress that outweighed even family ties? Some suggest a hidden agreement or leverage that forced Tony's hand. Others believe it was a romantic gesture, a bold, controversial act from a man unafraid to defy convention. The aftermath of Tony's decision has been devastating. Minnie, known for her fierce loyalty and sharp tongue, reportedly demanded answers. The fallout has been dramatic. Monica, Kevin, and Mike, once seen as heirs to the empire, now face an uncertain future. The public, too, has weighed in. Social media debates rage, with some defending Tony's right to choose and others condemning him for what they perceive as a betrayal of his family. Even longtime friends and colleagues have expressed shock. Was this the act of a man in love, or a calculated exit from an empire too heavy to bear? As the dust settles, one thing is clear. This isn't just about money. It's a story of choices, consequences, and the cost of living under the spotlight. Tony's decision to give everything to his mistress isn't just about betrayal or financial ruin, it's a story about power, control, and the price of living under the public eye. Yet, while Tony was busy making his fortune, he was also shaping a legacy, one that wasn't always as easy to carry as the weight of gold. His fortune came with its own set of challenges. The very empire Tony built became a heavy burden for those closest to him, especially his family. His wife, Minnie, a constant pillar of strength, was by his side through it all, but even she felt the strain of living up to the legacy Tony created. Tony's children Monica, Kevin, and Mike struggled to carve their own identities in the shadow of his towering success. Sometimes their paths diverged from their father's legacy, and at other times, they found themselves caught in the web of expectations that came with Tony's name. The question now arises: what happens when a fortune becomes bigger than the person who created it? Is it a blessing or a curse? Tony's rise to fame came not only from his incredible mining successes, but also from his appearance on Gold Rush. The show's producers were looking for larger-than-life personalities, and Tony was a perfect fit. His thick Dutch accent, no-nonsense attitude, and fearless approach to mining made him an unforgettable character. But as the cameras rolled, the Beets family became part of the story too. Minnie, Kevin, Monica, and Mike were suddenly thrust into the spotlight, exposing the inner workings of Tony's empire and the emotional complexities that came with it. Now, with Tony's shocking decision to relinquish his wealth, the family faces its greatest challenge yet. Will the Beets legacy endure? Will this decision mark the end of an era? Tony Beets' story is about more than gold. It's about the choices we make, the consequences we face, and the enduring question of what it means to live under the weight of a legacy. Relationships tested by wealth, the sacrifices made in pursuit of success, and the emotional weight of a legacy too massive to escape have long defined Tony Beets' journey. After building such an empire, Tony has made a decision that has shocked everyone, one that will deeply affect not only his family, but the future of his entire legacy. Tony Beets' shocking decision. Beets has made some audacious moves throughout his career. One of the boldest was his decision to buy the Indian River property for $1 million in 2015. At the time, it was seen as a huge risk, but it paid off, as the property produced significant amounts of gold, solidifying Tony's reputation as a high-stakes gambler in the world of mining. Known for his bold choices that have shaped the mining world, Tony has now stunned those closest to him. After years of hard work in the brutal winters of the Yukon and amassing vast gold claims, he has decided to step away. This move has left his family in tears, with everyone, his fans, critics, and loved ones asking, why now? The legacy Tony built. To understand why Tony's decision is so surprising, we need to look at what he built. Tony didn't get rich by accident. He earned it through hard work, smart decisions, and an unyielding drive for success. His empire wasn't just about digging for gold, it was about changing how mining worked in the Klondike. Tony turned old dredges, huge machines used for mining, into gold-producing machines. This was Tony's way of doing what others couldn't or wouldn't do. And in the process, he changed everything. But behind the massive success was an ongoing struggle that even Tony couldn't avoid. A deeper reason behind the decision. Tony's decision to step away wasn't about a lack of ambition or desire, it was about something deeper. While his wealth brought recognition, it also placed enormous pressure on his family. His wife, Minnie, who stood by him through it all, and his children, raised under the weight of his legacy, all felt the effects of living in Tony Beets' shadow. The fortune he built wasn't just financial, it became a force that shaped their lives, choices, and futures. When Tony made the unexpected decision to step back from the gold mines, it sent shockwaves through his family. Was it a blessing or a curse? For years, they lived under the microscope of fame, and now they had to navigate their own path. Could they continue his work, or would they forge their own way, free from the legacy of gold? The decision brought emotional and practical challenges no one could have anticipated. It's a complex situation that questions what it means to inherit an empire. For Tony's children, the decision holds even more weight. With their father stepping back, they now face the question: do they carry the Beets name forward, or do they strike out on their own? This isn't just about business, it's about identity, family, and the emotional toll of living up to a monumental legacy. Tony Beets' shocking decision wasn't just about retirement, it was about freeing himself and his family from the weight of a life built on gold. As the Beets family navigates this new chapter, it's clear that Tony's legacy, though immense, isn't easy to carry. As they move forward, they'll have to find their way to balance the fortune, the family, and the future. This shift isn't just a personal decision, it reflects a deeper transformation in how Tony built his empire. An empire built on gold mining investments. Tony Beets was a visionary, someone who turned strategic investments into an empire. While his larger-than-life persona made him a household name on Gold Rush, it was his keen eye for opportunities that transformed him from a hardworking miner into one of the wealthiest and most influential gold magnates in the region. His secret? A combination of bold risks and savvy decisions that most others wouldn't dare to make. Take the old dredges, for example. While many people would see these rusty, outdated machines as useless, Tony saw their potential. He didn't just restore them for fun or as a hobby. Tony turned these old dredges into powerful tools for finding gold, helping him uncover millions of dollars worth of treasure. In a world where being efficient matters, these dredges weren't just old antiques, they became key players in making his mining operation highly successful. Tony's skill in turning old machinery into gold-producing machines didn't stop there. His investments in land were just as smart. The Yukon has a lot of gold, but it's also full of miners fighting for the same land. Tony didn't just buy land to own it, he bought land because he saw its potential. His ability to spot gold deposits and know when to act made his land holdings a gold mine in themselves, adding even more to his fortune. By the time Gold Rush came calling, Tony wasn't just a miner, he was a mogul, someone whose investments in machinery, land, and innovation had already set him up for long-term success. It wasn't just about the gold he was pulling from the ground, it was about the years of groundwork he had laid before the cameras ever turned on. The road to becoming a gold mining mogul wasn't without its hurdles, but Tony's willingness to take risks and bet on his instincts paid off in a big way. His story isn't just about mining. It's a testament to the power of strategic thinking, hard work, and the ability to see potential where others see obstacles. As Tony's business grew, so did his fame. But fame brings its own set of challenges, especially for someone who's built their empire on more than just raw talent. It's about making the right moves at the right time. The pressure didn't just fall on Tony, it spread throughout his entire family, thrusting them into the spotlight in ways they hadn't anticipated. Fame, family, and the next generation's rise became intertwined. Imagine the pressure of having your family's personal struggles, triumphs, and behind-the-scenes moments broadcast to millions of viewers every week. That's exactly what happened when Tony Beets' career as a gold miner evolved into a reality TV sensation. Suddenly, Tony wasn't just a hard-working miner, he was a TV star. And with that fame came a set of challenges that reached far beyond just him, affecting his entire family. While Tony braves the harsh conditions on site, his wife Minnie takes charge of the home front and the business side of things. She may not be in the spotlight or operating the mining machines, but her role is vital. Managing a gold mining empire while being married to a reality TV star isn't easy. While the cameras capture the excitement, they rarely show the emotional toll of keeping everything in order under constant public scrutiny. Then, of course, there are Tony's children, Kevin, Monica, and Mike. They grew up in the whirlwind of mining and fame, and now, they must step forward to take on leadership roles in the family business. Kevin, the most visible of the Beets children, has often been seen assisting Tony on site, tackling challenges and gradually growing into a leadership position. But this transition comes with immense pressure. Can he live up to Tony's legacy while forging his own path? Especially with cameras capturing every decision, Monica, known for her fierce independence, brings creativity and vision that could steer the business into its next chapter. But balancing her own ambitions with the weight of the Beets legacy is a tough tightrope to walk. Mike, though more reserved in the public eye, has been working behind the scenes. As the business grows, his role in the background is becoming increasingly critical. Yet, like his siblings, the weight of expectations from both their father and the public is a heavy burden. While fame brought the Beets family new opportunities, it also revealed the emotional toll of living up to Tony's legacy. There's a constant balancing act between wanting to make a name for yourself and dealing with the pressure of being known as Tony Beets' child. Some of the Beets kids have even expressed a desire to step away from the spotlight and find their own way, free from the shadow of their father's empire. Despite the pressures, the Beets family has also benefited from the fame. They've gained financial freedom, the opportunity to work on larger projects, and the luxury of a lifestyle that most people can only dream of. But with all that comes the reminder that success comes with sacrifices. Tony's work took him away from home for long stretches, something the family had to navigate. The emotional cost of managing a gold mining empire while maintaining personal relationships is an ongoing challenge. The Beets' golden adventure isn't over yet. As the next generation steps up to take on more leadership, the family's journey continues to unfold in surprising ways. Now, as the next generation takes center stage, they face a challenge as big as the legacy Tony has built. They must navigate the dual pressures of living up to their father's legacy while also establishing their own identities. Their journey isn't just about mining gold, it's about carving out a future in a world where every move is watched, critiqued, and analyzed by millions. Kevin, Monica, and Mike face enormous challenges ahead, continuing their father's work while defining themselves outside of his shadow. Will they rise to the occasion, or falter under the weight of their father's empire? The world is watching, and their story is just beginning to unfold. The complexities of being part of a reality TV family cannot be understated. Fame brings opportunities, yes, but it also brings the constant scrutiny of every decision and every mistake. The Beets kids may have grown up in a gold mining kingdom, but now they have to prove they can not only continue their father's work, but also carve out their own legacies. That is the real challenge for Kevin, Monica, and Mike. How to thrive when the world expects them to be just like their father, yet they need to stand on their own 2 feet. As each of them navigates the path forward, one thing is certain: their journey is far from over. The question is, will they rise to the challenge or crumble under the weight of their father's legacy? Imagine being part of a gold mining empire that's not only built on years of hard work, but also broadcast to millions every week. That's the life of the Beets family. As Tony's children take on more responsibility within the family business, they're confronted with one of the toughest challenges of all: balancing the weight of the Beets legacy with their own identities. It's one thing to inherit a business, but it's another to live up to the expectations that come with it, especially when those expectations are broadcast for the world to see. For Kevin, Monica, and Mike, the task is clear: they must continue their father's work, but also make their own mark. But how do you carve out your own legacy when your father's shadow looms so large? How do you balance the pressure to uphold the family business with the desire to be your own person? These are the questions that have tested the Beets family time and time again. One significant moment of tension came when Tony faced a hefty fine for operating an unlicensed dredge, leaving the family scrambling to recover. This wasn't just a minor setback, it was a moment that forced the Beets family to confront their vulnerabilities. The cameras captured the stress, the tension, and the emotional toll of such a crisis. But it also showed something else: the unity of the Beets family as they rallied together to fix the situation. These moments reveal the pressure of living under a microscope, where even the smallest mistake becomes a public spectacle. Yet, they also show us the strength of the family bond and how they're willing to fight for their legacy, no matter the cost. Then, of course, there's the matter of Tony's personal life, a layer of complexity that no one could have predicted. His actions off camera shook the Beets family, especially after the news broke that he had given all his money to his longtime mistress. This wasn't just a betrayal that rocked their personal lives, it was one that threatened the very foundation of their family business. The tension between personal decisions and business obligations became harder to ignore. It wasn't just about gold anymore. It was about balancing family loyalty with the reality of what their father had done. The most recent and devastating fracture came when Kevin Beets, feeling trapped under the weight of his father's empire, made a dramatic choice. He joined forces with Parker Schnabel. Tony's anger was immediate and visceral, accusing Kevin of betrayal. For Tony, this was the ultimate act of disloyalty, threatening not just their relationship, but the essence of the Beets' legacy. The clash between father and son set the stage for more internal conflict within the family. How could they move forward when one of their own had crossed a line that felt unforgivable? Moments of internal conflict are not uncommon times when Kevin, Monica, and Mike clashed over how the business should be run. Strong personalities at play mean disagreements are bound to happen. Tony's way of doing things may have worked for him, but as the next generation takes over, there's room for new ideas. However, change isn't always easy in a family business, especially when already firmly established. How do you make changes without risking the foundation your father built? It's a delicate balance that can lead to tension but also growth. At the core of these challenges is the question, what's more important, the business or the family? The Beets family has grappled with this question time and time again, and it will continue to shape their future. The legacy Tony Beets built is a double-edged sword. While it offers opportunities and financial freedom, it also forces them to confront difficult decisions that could impact their future and relationships. Ultimately, the Beets family's future will depend on how they navigate these challenges. Will they unite under the weight of Tony's legacy and thrive? Or will the pressures of fame and business create divisions that are hard to mend? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, the Beets family's journey is far from over, and the stakes have never been higher.